Hi, in this video, we'll look at creating a Java service that uses an external library. Remember, we looked at the Hello Java service that uses the whitelisted classes, and that can run on the shared data plane. In this case, we'll create a Java service that can only run on a non-shared data plane. So let's create an integration. Hello Java service external library, and again we'll put a scheduler on it. 60 seconds so we can run it using the test button, and let's instantiate a Java service component. And we don't have our service, so we'll add it. And this will be, we're going to use the Abbreviate. We're going to create an Abbreviate Java service. And what it's going to do, it's going to take in a string and it will abbreviate it to 10 characters. And we're going to use the Apache Commons library. So if we go to the Java docs and we look up abbreviate, this is the method that I want to use, abbreviate. So you pass in a string and a max width, and it will abbreviate it. And that's a method that's not available in any of the whitelisted classes. You certainly can build that in Amplify Fusion, but in this demonstration, we'll create it using an external library. So you can see here, this is the class that we need to import. All right, so let's come in here, and the first thing we need to do is we need to import our library. So we saw that it was org.apache.commons.lang3 string utils. Now, we're going to need to upload the jar file for this library onto our data plane. So let's come back over here and let's go to downloads, and we can download this version. Okay. And if I come down here, I can unzip it. And we need this jar file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my data plane. So go to environments, manager environments, and go to my dedicated data plane. And here I have the ability to upload jar files. So I'll click upload, and I need to upload that jar file. Perfect. Now let's come back to our Java service. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to have an input string. So let's add a variable. I'll pass an input string, and then I'll return an output string. Output string, that looks good. And now what I need to do is put my code in here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read in this input string from data in, which is here. So string input string, and this is with lowercase I, equals data in.get input string, that's this variable, and we make it a string. The next thing we need to do is call the library file abbreviate. So if we go to the Java docs again and look up abbreviate, we can see how to use this. Basically abbreviate, pass in a string, and pass in a integer. So here I'm going to create an abbreviated string variable, and I'm going to use string utils, which I've imported, abbreviate, and I'm going to pass in this input string, and I'll abbreviate it to 10 characters. The next thing we need to do is we need to set data out output string to abbreviated string. As such, data out dot put output string abbreviated string. At this point, we can try to validate our code, and again, this needs to run on a non-shared data plane. That looks okay, and we can save it, and let's test it. So the quick brown fox, and there it is. We get 10 characters, the quick. All right, now we've created our Java service. Let's come back in here in our integration. Let's set the Java service, and then let's set our input string. And save, and now we can run the integration and see the result of our Java service using an external library on a non-shared data plane. I'll come down here to the Java service, take a look at its output, and there you have it. So in this video, we saw how we could use external Java libraries in our Java service in a non-shared data plane. Thank you.